City of Montgomery regular city meeting for January 13th, 2026. It is exactly 6 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum this evening, Secretary, and with that, we'd like to have the invocation given by Mr. Stan Donaldson. If you would please rise.
Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight, Father, and ask you, Father, that we do what's right, just, and fair for the citizens of Montgomery. I thank you, Father, that we consider the people of this city, Father. We consider what they need and what they think is best for this city, Father. And I thank you, Father, that we do the best we can, Father, to make things right, make things fair and just in price, and in our efforts in Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please check your phones, turn them off, or put them on vibrate so that this meeting is not interrupted and we can hear everything that's taking place, the business. With that, first item on your agenda for public forum, I received 3 requests, and I'll be putting these in order, and then I'll let you know who's on deck, and if you would please just stand at the back, and when the person in front of you is finished, then we will move on. So, first person, Robin Montgomery, please approach the podium and state your name and address for the record. Thank you, sir. And on deck is Linda Sneed.
Thank you. First time I've done this, so I'm waiting. My name is Robin Montgomery, and I'm a retired professor at the University of Oklahoma, and I'm from Conroe originally, but I now live in Richards, and since retirement I've held positions in Navasota, Conroe, Huntsville, etc. And what I want to talk about is the issue of the community building. And I want to make a case for saving it. And first thing, I know all of you know this, but to review, Montgomery County was originally made up of 6 counties. I'm sure you all know that. Montgomery, Grimes, Walker, Sandy Center, Madison, and part of Warner. And so I understand that one of the reasons for destroying it is because we want to bring people in. And I participated in various events, but the main one, about 3 years ago, we put up, I came up with this idea of the cradle of Texas, and that would include all the original Montgomery County. And we put on a big event in Conroe, and we brought people in from all places. And then we put on this event here in that community building. And we had representatives from all these counties. We had mayors and, city managers and all kinds of people. And they were all interested in coming here. And we had... we filled up the event. I mean, we put it to maximum capacity. We had every seat filled and representatives from those counties, but also from the state office. The state historical commission sent people out here, and they were all impressed with the building. And I've published numerous books, about 17 books actually. I usually don't say that, but I think it's relevant tonight. And 2 of them were entitled The Cradle of Texas. And so they got good report. So I'm saying that place draws people, and I can prove it. We've done it. And we, let's see, what all else? We brought people in, and then they would tell about their area. That was the point. And that was to pull the area together. What I wanted to do, and what maybe the city can do, is follow up on my dream, was to set up a tours over all this area. And Montgomery, the town of Montgomery was the county seat of that whole area. And drawing up on that history, that will draw people in. And can you imagine getting tourists going and say, come here and we'll take you around and then tell them about our town and you can come back and all the history we've got. I'm also part of the original Montgomerys that came through the area, so we have a direct tie there. So I think I've got 3 minutes. Do I still have any time or is that?
Great job, thank you very much. We appreciate it. As a reminder, that you have 3 minutes, and this is not for a discussion. We just listened to the public's comments. So Ms. Sneed, please approach. Thank you. And on deck is Shelley Lane.
Hello, my name is Yvonne Sneed, and I live off of 605 UMK Martin King Drive here in Montgomery. Some of y'all know me, some don't. But anyway, the reason why I'm here tonight is because I had planned a Christmas Eve, Christmas party, birthday party, and a graduation party all at once. And I rented the community center back in October 29th. And they called me 2 days before my party, say they canceled on me. That was devastating. It was too much. I had so much money involved on the inside party. And I had to move everything around to try to, I had it on my property, because my property is big enough for me to have the party, but that's what I was planning. This was supposed to be a party, it's a farmer event. There's no way we could do that outside. So I'm seeking reimbursement. They did give me back my money for the community center, but that didn't cut it at all. I ended up spending a lot of money that I had already spent for the inside in the community center. I had to reverse that and spend a lot of money for table chairs, tent. Extra stuff for the outside to make it very pretty for my grandkids and my children, because this is going to be my last Christmas party that I'm going to give before they take over. And I wanted to make it special for everybody. We didn't get to do our pictures. We were supposed to take family pictures for the 2 dogs. I ended up, this is one that really got me. I put Christmas lights on my fence line, ended up putting them in backwards. And that killed my spirit more than it. The whole thing was just totally upsetting because I got evidence of everything, money I spent and everything. So $150 that they gave me back didn't cut it at all. That wasn't what I wanted. But I wanted to be reimbursed, and I like to be put on the docket for the 27th to get an answer, and I got all my paperwork here. And also, I was under doctor's care, and I'm still under doctor's care. Before that, and doing that outside, I had just got my toenails removed. So, I can't really explain what I went through. I just went through there, it was hard. And the guy that I rented the tent for, he didn't get there until 2 o'clock, and it took until 4 o'clock to get the tent up. 6 o'clock, my party started, and people was already coming. I wasn't dressed. I had to ask other people to take over for me so I could go in to get dressed. By that time, I was exhausted anyway. But some of y'all probably saw me if y'all passed by my house at night, Christmas Eve, because the party ended up putting the Christmas tree outside. It was devastating, but we had a fun time. Then the DJ came, kicked the lights off, lights got turned. I had to go in there and do the meter box to try to get it back on. I had help, but it was just, I was still physical, mental, emotional because of what I had went through. So I'm just asking for it to be on the docket and see, and y'all can see. I got to know.
Would you please hand those to me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Ms. Shelley Lane.
Good evening, Shelley Lane from Darwin. Appreciate you letting me speak. Last week I spoke at the workshop on the community center and just stressing that brick wall around that building was created in 1938 by our Civic League. The building was in 1948, and the key thing about that building and the history of the building is that Commissioner T.J. Pill dedicated that building to the memory and the honor of the men from our town that was killed during World War II, and that plaque up in the building represents all of those names, and a lot of those names are still family members who are still in this community today. But when I come before the council tonight is, I think with this community center issue, I think why there's been so much debate and uproar is we need transparency. We need to know, make available to the community, either on the website or just in one of the meetings, who did the inspection, city engineers, building maintenance, city council, who went in there, did the inspection that's now saying it's going to cost this much to renovate it, there's mold, the walls are moving, who did that inspection, make that report and that information to the public. Same thing with if the history groups, engineers have got to come in and look at that building, what was their findings? What did they say about the building? But let's just make that all transparent, the true issues, because a lot of last week we heard the issues with the building. Mr. Fox was saying he had the same issues when he was mayor. So a lot of that is wear down, common things with the building, so we just need transparency there. Second is just moving forward with this community center, possibly community center project. I would love to see a committee develop to kind of help oversee, get feedback from the community, just get design discussion going, look at what other towns are doing. But it would be nice if the EDC had 2 or 3 people, don't have to be current committee folks, 2 or 3 people from EDC, 2 or 3 people selected by the Montgomery Historical Society here in town. They don't have to be current council society members. And then city council do 2 or 3. Either all the city council gets to elect someone from the community to serve on this committee, or y'all take nominations from the community, and then y'all vote on it, and so y'all got a voice. But that way, the people concerned about the history have a say in this and know what's going on. And, you know, the city has a say in it, and they know what's going on. Because I know normally, community can't just have their, you know, be in the middle of all the city council business, so y'all never get work done. However, with this building, with the history of this building being in the heart of the historic district, this is our little beacon in the town. It's the main thing the town owns, it's not private owned. We just need to be real protective of it and see it go another 100 years. And so I think a committee kind of helping oversee that, kind of narrowing the designs down, getting feedback from the community, that then could be brought back to the council to vote on, would be a real neat thing. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, Ms. Lane.
Thank you.
All right, presentations. Item number 4 on your agenda. Proclamation recognizing the 2026 as the America 250 celebration year. I have the proclamation right here. Okay. Proclamation 2026 is the America 250 celebration year. Whereas in 2026, the United States of America will commemorate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, a foundational moment when the Continental Congress affirmed the natural rights of all people and established a new nation built on liberty, self-governance, and the pursuit of more perfect union. And whereas the America 250 commemoration provides a historic opportunity to honor the courage, vision, and determination of the founders and countless individuals, known and unknown, who have contributed to the nation's growth, resilience, and progress over 2.5 centuries. And whereas this milestone invites reflection on the ideals of freedom, democracy, and equality that continue to shape our national identity and guide our collective aspirations. And whereas communities across the nation are encouraged to participate in educational programs, civic activities, cultural events, and historical initiatives that highlight the diverse stories and contributions that define the American experience. And whereas the America 250 observance serves as a reminder, not only for our nation's heritage, but also for our shared responsibility to strengthen civic engagement, foster unity, and ensure that future generations inherit a country worthy of their hopes and potential. Now therefore, I, Sarah Countryman, Mayor of the City of Montgomery, Texas, on behalf of the City Council and all of our citizens, do hereby proclaim 2026 as the America 250 celebration year in the City of Montgomery, Texas, and encourage all residents to join in honoring our nation's history, celebrating its achievements, and working together toward a brighter and more inclusive future. In witness thereof, I have unto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Montgomery, Texas, to be affixed this 13th day of January 2026. Would you please come get your proclamation? Thank you. Stephen, would you take a picture, please? Would y'all, council? Yes, we'd love to take a picture with you. Thank you so much. We're glad you're here.
If I block anybody? Okay. I have a tendency to be able to do that.
Thank you very much. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Pleasure here. Item number 5 on your agenda, proclamation honoring the memory of Thomas Tom Czulewicz. Proclamation honoring the memory of Thomas Tom Czulewicz. Whereas the members of City Council were deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Thomas Tom Czulewicz on December 30th, 2025, a devoted public servant, respected leader, and compassionate human being whose life was marked by service to his country, his community, and his fellow citizens. And whereas Thomas Czulewicz faithfully served the city on the Planning and Zoning Commission, Place 5, from October 24th, 2023 until his resignation on May 13th, 2025, and subsequently served with dedication and integrity on the City Council Place 3 from May 13th, 2025 until his passing. And whereas his commitment to public service was rooted in a distinguished 34-year career in the United States Navy submarine service, during which he enlisted, later earned a commission as a limited duty officer after 15 and a half years, and retired in 1995 with the rank of commander. And whereas following his military service, Thomas Czulewicz continued his lifelong dedication to helping others through significant civilian leadership roles, including service as assistant manager of the Red Cross office and Army base in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Chief Executive Officer of the Red Cross chapter in Huntington, West Virginia, Assistant 911 Center Administrator and Disaster Preparedness Manager for Chester County, Pennsylvania, and Director of Human Services for Chester County, Pennsylvania. And whereas he co-founded the Gift of Vet Foundation, a 5013C organization, and served as its chairman, Chief Executive Officer, and President, leading efforts to collect and deliver gifts to residents of South Carolina veterans homes, growing the organization since its founding in 2017 to provide tens of thousands of dollars in gifts and donations annually to honor and support veterans. And whereas Tom Czulewicz will be remembered for his unwavering integrity, selfless leadership, compassion for others, and enduring commitment to serve, leaving a legacy that will continue to inspire those who had the privilege to know him and serve alongside him. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the City Council that we hereby honor and commemorate the life, service, and memory of Thomas Tom Czulewicz, extend our deepest condolences to his family and loved ones, and express our profound gratitude for his extraordinary contributions to this city, to our nation, and to the countless lives he touched. Be it further proclaimed that this proclamation shall stand as a lasting tribute to a life well lived and service to others, and a reminder of the values of duty, generosity, and civic responsibility that Thomas Czulewicz so faithfully embodied. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Montgomery, Texas, to be affixed this day, the 13th day of January 2026. The Czulewicz family, please step forward. Thank you. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, consent agenda. Item number 6, consideration of possible action on the City Council workshop meeting minutes of December 9th, 2025. Number 7, consideration of possible action on the City Council regular meeting minutes of December 9th, 2025. Number 8, consideration of possible action on the quarterly investment report for third quarter 2025. Number 9, consideration of possible action on the acceptance of the Engineered Buildings of Texas, Inc., EBI, for architectural design and engineering services, contracted and contract addendum for the municipal building renovation in addition, and authorize the city administrator to sign. Number 10 on your agenda, consideration of possible action on a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, adopting an elected and appointed officials handbook. Number 11, consideration of possible action on a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, designating a public information coordinator to satisfy the training requirements of Texas Government Code Section 552.012. And number 12, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, adopting an office of the City Secretary Policy and Procedure Manual, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date. Council, would you like to take these cumulatively or individually? What is your pleasure?
Individually.
Well, I'd like to pull item 10 and 11 off.
I want 9 to be pulled off.
Are you in agreement with 10 and 11?
Yes.
Yes. There's been a motion to pull item number 9, 10, and 11 off. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we will pull item number 9, 10, and 11 off the consent agenda. Now, the rest of the items on the consent agenda, item number 6, 7, 8, and 12. What is your pleasure?
May I make a comment?
Sure.
I just want to put it on public record, on the minutes on the council meeting. It says here, the EDC unanimously recommended demolishing the existing structure, talking about the community building, and building a larger, more modern facility. Other than that, I will approve the minutes for 6, 7, and 8.
And 12?
Individual.
Okay, so just 6, 7, and 8. So there's a motion on the table to accept items number 6, 7, and 8 as presented. Second by Ms. Langley. All those in favor of accepting items number 6, 7, and 8 on the consent agenda as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we will accept item number 6, 7, and 8 as presented on the agenda. Item number 12 on the consent agenda, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, adopting an office of the City Secretary Policy and Procedure Manual, providing for implementation and providing an effective date.
Mayor, Council, the reason for this item on the agenda is that I am working towards the Texas Municipal Clerk's Excellence of Achievements Office Award, and one of the processes is having a written policy. We've performed these duties already, but part of the process of achieving the Excellence Award is to have our policy in writing, and so they require a policies and procedures manual for the office, so this is being presented for resolution for approval.
Did we not have this before?
I didn't see one. I saw a draft was started in '22, but it was never completed.
Okay.
Brent, I'm assuming you read through the roles and responsibilities of the different positions, and you agree?
Yes. Yeah, it's fairly generic language.
Make a motion to accept item number 12 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson to accept item number 12 as presented.
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Langley. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for discussion. All those in favor, was there a comment?
Well, yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm at a handicap tonight. I left my glasses at home, and I apologize, but when I'm trying to read this stuff and I really can't see it that well. Well, my issue here is we already have a policies and procedure manual for the city right here. What do we need this position for? What are we trying to accomplish? That's what I want to know.
This creates just a policy for the city secretary office. They have a bunch of guidelines in order to get this certificate of excellence. So we're just trying to meet the guidelines of that excellence award, if you will. That's all it does. It repeats some of the stuff that we have, but it only applies to what she does. That way she can, you know, get the award, if you will.
Okay, no problem.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by,
Carol, second.
oh, second, you did, okay, I apologize, I thought you, oh yeah, we were, okay, all those in favor of accepting item number 12 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay, the ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item number 12 as presented. On your regular agenda, item number 13, consideration of possible,
We still have to go through 9, 10, and 11.
oh, I'm sorry, I have them, you are correct, I apologize. Number 9, consideration of possible action on the acceptance of the engineered buildings of Texas EBI for architectural design and engineering services contract and contract addendum for the municipal building renovation and addition, and authorize the city administrator to sign.
This was from the December, I don't remember the date, 9th meeting. John was here, and some of the guys, they told us exactly what this is. This is the architectural and engineering part of this. And we didn't have the contract at the time. We had to get it to the attorney. So this is just returning that back to, this is the contract to move forward. Price didn't change, and the only addendum that you see there, that actually came from the attorney. Some required, when you're in Texas, you have to say a few things at the end.
So what is the timeline for this certain part of this thing to be completed roughly? I mean, 6 months, 3 months?
They were looking at approximately 6 months. We're gonna have some meetings that are gonna come back to here to the council because some of this is gonna be design parts. Some of it's gonna be programming inside the building, you know, how the offices are, you know, all of that. So it's gonna be a process, but you guys will be involved in the process as well.
Just figuring out the monthly payment, you know, because we're talking about a lot of money here, so.
It is. And if you remember from that meeting, we're using money that we got from the sale of the property, the school property, to cover this part of it until we get, you know, further along.
Okay.
And Brent, does council approve the final footprint, or is that administration, what the inside of the building is going to look like?
I think you will approve the entire project before it's, I mean, part of it's gonna be, once we get to the A&E is what you're really gonna approve, because that's really gonna be the build design to go forward. So during this whole process, yes, you will be, you know.
Just wanted that for the record. Thank you.
Also, I don't mind admitting I'm getting kind of cold feet because the project is really much bigger than I realized. I thought when we moved to the building that we would have enough room to put the police and the city council in there without actually expanding the building southward. And that's, you know, my mind was, you know, besides, we've already got, you know, a couple million in the property itself, actually 3 million in the property itself, and now we're adding roughly 10 million to it. And that's just a little more than my mind was willing to stretch. I'm not saying I'm against it, I'm just saying I'm concerned about the money part and all the construction we've got to do. And if at all possible, in some of the areas, I want to see if we can cut some things, not take it out, but we don't have to put walls up for vacant offices in the second floor until we need those offices. So a lot of that stuff, and I don't need a whole bunch of conference rooms. There's already one on the bottom floor, one for police, and now you want to put another one on the second floor, and I don't see the need for that right away. So I'm just asking you to consider some of those ideas when during the architectural phases of it, because I want to kind of save some money. I just see some other stuff we're having to deal with, and the money is kind of scaring me. And
Understandably, and through the process that we're getting ready to go through, a lot of that will be like that. The layout that you're talking about was just conceptual going, hey, how much can we fit in here? In 20 years, when we're full grow out, you know, do we still fit in this building? And the answer is yes. Do we have to build all of this now? No. And the chief and I, you know, we've already been going through that and kind of looking at that. But as we go through this process that they'll bring back to the council, you'll have an opportunity to speak on those kind of things.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I like the initial concept, don't get me wrong. It's just a lot of money and the time element and what we're going through right now with well number 2 and the sewer plant. So. Problem. Make a motion, we accept item agenda number 9.
Motion by Mr. Johnson that we accept item number 9 is presented.
I second.
Seconded by Mr. Olson. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 9 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item number 9 as presented. Item number 10 on your agenda. Consideration of possible action on a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, adopting an elected and appointed officials handbook.
Mayor and Council, this is again another one of those checklist items for the Excellence of Achievements Award for policy and writing. We've practiced this, but we don't have it in writing for something to be able to show for like a training or reference manual for when we have new board members or council members come off, and it's a good handbook for council and board members to have, but it's also part of the requirement for the elections for Excellence of Achievements.
Was this Gary Palmer had one of these?
Yeah, probably had the TML one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think.
Yeah, I remember it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it just, okay.
It basically says the same stuff.
Yeah, some of it's required by,
Yeah.
not us, but we're just following the.
Did you have a question?
No, she confirmed it, that it's from the TML. That's what
I make a motion to accept item number 10 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item number 10 as presented.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Fox. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for further discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 10 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item number 10 as presented. Number 11 on your agenda. Consideration of possible action on a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, designating a public information coordinator to satisfy the training requirements of Texas Government Code Section 552.012.
Mayor, Council, this is the last one from me tonight. Again, another checklist off of the Excellence of Achievements Award. What this does is this would designate the city secretary to be the public information coordinator for the 552.012, which is for the Public Information Act. Whenever boards and commission members come on, we give you your oath, you take your statement of officer. I request that you do your 552 trainings for your public meetings and your Open Meetings Act. What this does is I'm still going to request that the board members and council members take the training, but it doesn't have to be done in such a hustle. This falls on me to make sure that you board members and council members stay in compliance and that I keep the regulations on those going. And that's what this does. It designates one person for the city.
So because it's called Public Information Coordinator, I just wanted to make sure it did not interfere with we have a public information with our police department that maintains.
No, it's not the same.
Okay, good. I make a motion to accept item number 11 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item number 11 as presented. Seconded by Ms. Fox. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. All those in favor of accepting item number 11 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we will accept item number 11 as presented. Regular agenda, now we're on to 13. Consideration and possible action on an ordinance of the City of Montgomery, Texas, amending its municipal budget for the fiscal year 2024-2025, appropriating the various amounts herein as attached in Exhibit A, containing findings and a Texas Open Meetings Act clause, and providing an immediate effective date. This, Carl.
Mayor, Council, this is your annual housekeeping item for your year-end budget amendment that is needed for our audit. It's everything back to a zero. One thing that I'll point out in this year, when you look at that cover sheet, your year-end surplus or deficit, all funds have a surplus this year. Anybody have any questions about any of the attachments?
So basically, this is just stating that every bill has been paid from 2024 to 2025. I know
This is just that cleanup that gets us in compliance, so we don't have variances between what actually happened.
Now, was this produced from the audit we have to do every year? That's right?
Right, so we have to put this in place for the audit. We have currently been in audit mode since I believe the second week of December. So we are moving forward. It's just one of those things you need to check off,
So we could see another adjustment after the audit?
Right, so after the audit, there's always some audit adjustments that happen. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is based on unaudited figures, but based on our activity, actual activity.
Make a motion to accept item 13 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item 13 as presented.
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Langley. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 13 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item 13 as presented. Number 14 on your agenda, and I believe this is going to be presented via Zoom. Consideration and possible action on an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Montgomery accepting and approving an annual update to the Service and Assessment Plan and Assessment Rule for City of Montgomery Public Improvement District Number 1, providing for a payment of the annual installment of the assessments in accordance with Chapter 372, Texas Local Government Code as amended, and providing for severability and providing for an effective date. And who do we have on Zoom? That's better.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Sure.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Hisham Chali. I'm an attorney over at Coates Rose. I believe I spoke in front of you, council, this time last year to update the PID SAP for the City of Montgomery PID number 1. And I'm with you again in front of you. And again, apologies for not being there in person. Thank you so much to Mary Ann and Ruby for letting me attend via Zoom. I have a sick newborn and a wife who also caught the same sickness. So I'm struggling over here, so I appreciate your assistance and allowing me to come over Zoom to present. But really, all we're doing today is providing and updating the SAP to reflect the new tax year. Nothing in the SAP is going to change. It's going to be the same tax rate, same everything, just updating the year for this PID number 1. I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you so much.
I make a motion to accept item 14, or 13, excuse me. Which one is it?
It's 14.
It is 14, yeah.
Mary Ann, did you have any questions?
I do not.
A motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item number 14 as presented.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Donaldson. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for further discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 14 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries, and we'll accept item number 14 as presented. Thank you so much, and good luck at home.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night, council. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Number 15, consideration of possible action approving the quitclaim deed for the Lake Creek Village Section 3 Homeowners Association. Hallelujah.
So you had a similar item to this on your agenda a few meetings back. What was found is there was a different entity that owned the last section, so we did not have the quitclaim deed at that time. That has now been signed, it's in your packet. And so this is for the last section, which is the Estates of Lake Creek Village, Lake Creek Village, Section 3, Abner Drive, where it connects to Buffalo Springs. So this is that last strip that will bring all the storm sewer roadways in Lake Creek Village into the city.
Make a motion to accept item 15 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item 15 as presented.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Donaldson. All those in favor of accepting item 15 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item number 15 as presented. Number 16 on your agenda. Consideration and possible action approving the consent to encroachment by and between the City of Montgomery and the developer, Mavis Tire, development number 2504.
Right. In your packets, you'll see a copy of a letter from us, followed by an encroachment agreement, as well as a site plan. What this is behind, south of CVS, there's a proposed Mavis Tire going in on that empty parcel that's there today. They are wanting to put a monument sign along the frontage of 2854 within the city's utility easement. What is traditional when this is proposed, that you enter into an encroachment maintenance agreement that says, if the city has to replace the line, the sign's in the way, it's not the city's responsibility to do so. So this is what's in front of you for approval tonight. They still have to go through the sign permit. This doesn't negate that action. They also, if you notice, it is not a signed agreement. They have agreed to the sign, but they have not closed on the property. So once they close on the property, they will execute their portion of the agreement and then request the permits.
This is a new tire center, right?
It is.
I have a hard time visualizing where they're putting that thing by CVS.
So it's going to be, it's south on 2854. So you know where the back entrance is to get over to Chick-fil-A and the shops? It is adjacent to that driveway. So between CVS and that driveway is where this Mavis Tire Center is going. And there is a site plan, kind of cuts it off. You can see the driveway and it cuts off to CVS.
Did they get a copy of this?
They did. They've reviewed it, they've agreed with it. It is signed by the property owner, and they haven't closed on the property, so their request was approve it. Once they close, which their closing was, I think, contingent upon receipt of building approvals, which they have. And so I think here in the next couple of weeks, they'll close on the property, execute the agreement, and provide final copy.
Chris, were there any planned wayfinding signs on that area? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay.
We could definitely find out.
Okay.
It's not there.
Yeah, only just because there was a request from a business owner in that area to have some there, and I didn't know we had some planned, and therefore we needed to add some verbiage or what. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get with Ms. Tilly on that another point, and just make sure, in general, kind of where these wayfinding signs are, that we don't have conflicts coming.
All right, thanks.
So if there are conflicts and we approve this is for the sign to be on the...
So I would say that this is, they sign within the easement somewhere.
Okay.
So this isn't, right now there's a site plan, there's still the sign spacing requirements that come up, but you're agreeing to allowing them to put the sign within the easement, and we will, if there is a conflict, we will work with them on the horizontal location within that easement. So.
Cool. I make a motion to accept item 16 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item number 16 as presented.
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Langley. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. It's open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 16 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item number 16 as presented. Number 17 on your agenda, consideration of possible action. Authorizing the city administrator to sign the consent to encroachment by and between the City of Montgomery and the developer, JDS Old Plantersville Road, LLC, development number 2006.
Right, very similar to the last one. So if you look on page 195 of your packets, You'll see an exhibit. What this is the proposed rec center to serve the Briarly development has a sewer line proposed that will run around the property to serve different sections of the neighborhood. They are wanting to install landscaping and sidewalks within that easement. Again, it doesn't cause a conflict. We still review the plans and make sure that the trees aren't right in conflict with the lines, so we don't have root problems in the future, but generally have no issues with what's being proposed as part of the beautification project, essentially. Same thing as the last, it lays out the city has to repair, sidewalks and stuff are not the city's responsibility.
Good. That was my question, so good. Make a motion to accept item number 17 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson, we accept item number 17 as presented. Seconded by Ms. Fox. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. Open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting number 17 as presented, say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item number 17 as presented. That neighborhood's really building out, Mr. Banks, that looks great. Number 18, consideration of possible action on the acceptance of the water plant number 2 improvements project.
All right. So this project, we did have a final inspection back in November. They have completed all the purchase items with the exception. We require them to put steel nameplates on all the controls that are etched. Those haven't come in yet, so they're just kind of tagged right now, and then they'll put in the permanent nameplates. Obviously, it doesn't affect the operation of the facility. So the facility, as of today, is operational. They did have an electrical issue over the holidays, so they fixed that in warranty. They came out, it's been resolved, the plant is operational. And so we recommend accepting into the warranty, which ends on December 9th of 2026.
I just have a question. It really doesn't have anything to do with the warranty. It's for Mike. When we turned it on, did we notice a difference? You know how our water, some of our wells mix a little different.
How they what a little different?
They mix a little different. We've got
The hot cold?
So, well, it's virtually the same water as well number 3 at the north side.
Number 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 and 4 are the ones that are completely different. One's Catahoula. But this one's basically the same thing.
Well, just a reminder, you will, obviously, this plant's been offline for a while, so pressure now is changing, so there's gonna be some differing flows in the system. And then, just a reminder, because we talked about it a lot, this one is now on the bleach, the liquid bleach disinfection. So that was all taken care of.
And you're saying change of flows for the better?
More of it just, as if everything's flowing in one direction, it's been used to flow in one direction, anytime you shift it, you can see dirty water, some differences in water as it kind of stabilizes now that you have both facilities back online.
Do we still need to consider tying in with the Conroe water?
So with Stanley Lake, so yes, so the development, the Nantucket development, which is the apartment complex behind Pizza Shots. Yeah. So they have submitted a first round of plans, so we're kind of continuing that discussion with them. They're kind of reestablishing timelines on their project, but as that continues, we'll continue that discussion to make it part of one while that line's going.
So you would still recommend us doing that as an emergency?
I don't think it hurts. It's a low, in the grand scheme of things, it's a low cost for a backup.
Right. Redundancy.
You know, it's the scope of what is left after the Nantucket project, or what the Nantucket project doesn't need is essentially the bore and the casing underneath Stewart Creek Road, thank you.
I know.
So that's it. So I mean, if we were talking, hey, you know, thousands of feet, you know, something different, but relatively small cost to have a redundant source of water in need of emergency.
Great.
There's a certain point that we've looked at that it doesn't make sense financially. If we got to get into putting in double meters and all that, it could hit the point where it doesn't make sense, but we've got a good hold on what, you know, the amount that would make sense to have that backup.
So the warranty is good. Make a motion to accept the item number 18 on the warranty for well number 2.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept number 18 for the warranty for well number 2.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Donaldson. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote. All those in favor of accepting number 18 with the warranty on the water plant number 2, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we will accept the water plant number 2 warranty. Number 19, consideration and possible action on the Caroline Court Development Agreement, development number 2502, which I do like the name of the change, the name.
What was it called?
So this was the Villages of Montgomery.
Make it Caroline Court.
So it is now Caroline Court. So as you remember, this has gone back and forth for a little bit. We talked about, we did the feasibility, we've done a memorandum of understanding. This is where it has the alley load lots and on the larger boulevard with the landscape median in between along what would be the extension of Caroline Street, and then commercial frontage along 105. So this is the development agreement in front of you all tonight. A couple things to it that I'll point out is there is no significant change from the MOU. There's nothing requested for changes. So a couple of the high points. One of the concerns during feasibility was traffic in connection to College Street. There is no connection to College Street, so all traffic goes to 105 in connection to Caroline. We do have a concern of additional traffic on Caroline. It's not that big of a street. So in here is a traffic impact analysis requirement to show and then mitigate whatever impacts they have. They also, as part of the agreement, have to finish Shepherd Street. So the development includes the corner of Shepherd and 105. And so when west side of the park was done, that was a stipulation that what Shepherd was finished at that time. So that is part of the scope of this project. Drainage and drainage on offsite in all directions, but specifically to College Street. So they have and they're continuing to submit a drainage impact analysis showing no negative impacts on College Street or any other surrounding property owners. And then the other thing is that they will fund the utilities along 105 within an easement on their side of the street. The intent is it's mainly water is relatively simple because there's water there, but sewer is going all the way from where it leaves off close to what's now the meeting place, taking it along 105 and being able to eliminate one of the small lift stations that sits now on Solomon's by just heading up the hill. So that is also in here that is designed and constructed by the city at their expense. And other than that, everything else is standard. So they'll pay impact fees. There is no impact fee credit because the projects that they're doing are not on the capital improvement list. There is no reimbursement terms in here. And if you remember, they've already gone through the rezoning, or excuse me, the variance process back in May for lot sizes and setbacks and widths.
Chris, I have a couple of things. So one, Shepherd and Caroline are very small streets.
Yes.
Can we have them have a construction entrance off of 105, which I don't know what that would do as far as, because that's where it narrows down to, but have a construction entrance off of 105 some way,
yes,
somehow, so that, and then I read this development agreement, I didn't see it, so I could have overlooked it. If they are going to use Shepherd and Caroline, who's responsible for repairing the roads?
I don't think that is specifically listed in the agreement. What we would typically do is we will document before construction starts, and then any damage that occurs, we would go back to them and talk through it. So that is not specifically in the agreement that I remember. It is. But as far as your question on construction entrance, yes, we can request that they put it, kind of like we have out here of no commercial vehicles coming down to get to Briarly. We can do the same thing there and push traffic off of.
And just as a reminder, that is, there's not a lot of buffer there. And when the CTE Center was going in and Town Creek Crossing was going on and they were pouring concrete at 2 a.m., we do have hours of operation and building. And if that is going to happen, I understand it has to happen sometimes, just inform the neighbors, because be a good neighbor, because I don't like getting calls at 2:30 in the morning about the loud noise.
For sure.
If they're going to be awake, they think that we should be awake too.
You have a noise ordinance for that reason, and so we'll make sure they're
Who
aware.
would come out and do that if they called 911?
That would be police, would be noise complaints. But that's a conversation we'll have with the contractors and just schedule.
So the neighbors are concerned, and I want to make sure that, I know construction happens and they're okay with that, but sounding like there's construction inside their home is
right.
what we're trying to avoid.
Understood.
We've already considered fire plugs and fire trucks getting in and out of there.
So I mean, part of the plan review process, they'll have to show us, since it is a different style development neighborhood, not traditional streets, that they get fire marshal approval from Montgomery County. So that's typical.
Which is 28 feet.
Correct. So yeah, they meet the minimum street widths, but with the alley loads, there's still all the utilities are planned on the front of the house. There's nothing in the alley. So hydrants and stuff will be along the main streets. The alleys will only be for access for the residents.
Weren't the streets gonna be a little bit wider?
The 28.
30, okay.
Back to back, the entry up 105 median, and then you've obviously got the boulevard from here.
Okay.
Is that going back, that's an HOA, so is it no parking on the street if it's gonna be a 28-foot street?
It's gonna be something we work with HOA, but I think it's what we're having on the back alley, though, this is gonna be planned, especially on the boulevard.
Yeah, the boulevard is what I'm concerned about, right? So.
There is an exception for impact fees, but I don't understand it, so pretty complicated. It's on page 2 something, 2. What page is this? What page is it?
Oh. 209.
209.
Sorry, Stan, what was your question?
He said there was no exception for impact fees, but there is one.
Yeah, so all this is saying is essentially that they, in order for the city to provide water capacity, the district agrees, because they are going to be annexing to a district, to pay all city adopted impact fees for water supply, and then due at the time of final plat.
Yeah, they pay them. Sorry. Heck yeah, they're paying them. All right, Ms. Langley, did you have something?
Yes, Chris, on the plat that came with our package shows that it looks like an entrance or exit there on College Street. Is that just dead end? What is that?
If there was an original land plan that had it in there, I know that is not the intent of the developers.
Well, we keep getting.
There was a revision where we took it off. The preliminary plat that we submitted has removed that as well. And it's not come to y'all yet because it has.
You are correct. So the exhibit in your packet shows that connection. We will change that out, and what we'll do is send out the version that goes in this packet. So just make it conditioned upon receiving that corrected version that does not include the College Street connection. A wrong version was pulled, so I apologize for that.
Okay.
But you are correct, it does show it, and it is not the intent to show it.
That's all I have. Does not need to be there.
Okay. Make a motion to accept item 19 with the exception of the updated plat to show the removal of the connection to College Street.
So motion by Mr. Olson to accept item number 19 as presented with the condition that we're accepting the plat that shows no connection on College Street. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Langley. This motion is debatable, amendable, requires majority vote, and separate for discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 19 as presented with the condition of the non-College Street version of the map to be used as the actual plat, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries, and we'll accept item number 19 as presented with the plat with non-College Street version added. Number 20, consideration of possible action on execution of the amended utility form agreement between the city and MUD 215 Briarly and Carolyn Court.
Right, so I mentioned in the last item, so during the feasibility stage, the Villages of Montgomery, now Caroline Court Development, wasn't sure if they were going to create their own MUD or annex into an existing. They have elected to annex into an existing MUD. They're going to annex into MUD 215, which is the Briarly MUD. So this document and the next agenda item, and then there's a couple future agenda items, will all kind of paper this up. So what this one does is it adjusts the agreement that limits the number of connections and how connections are made, et cetera, to update for both Briarly and Caroline Court. It doesn't change the number in Briarly, it just adds the one in Caroline Court to it. Your next item on the agenda, I'll just cover that now because they're all related, is the city is required, has to consent to allowing the annexation of the property to the district. And so the next item is your consent saying that you do not oppose them annexing the property and issuing tax for that MUD within the boundaries of the district only. And then on future agenda, there's other development agreement cleanup items that will be coming to you, just to paper all these up now that we have 2 developments with 1 MUD over the two.
Does that affect the utility, the water utility feasibilities at all?
It doesn't. The same numbers are used each one. The projections are the same. It's just papering up that instead of, the other way this could have gone is they had MUD 216 that had their connection count, MUD 215 theirs, and now we're just combining it into one document.
I need clarification. Where's MUD 215 now? I mean,
so MUD 215 is Briarly. So it's the entirety of the Briarly development.
okay, I understand that. So they want to tie with that MUD?
So it will annex into that MUD. So there is no physical connection. It is just it'll operate as one entity, and they will levy one tax on the boundaries of Briarly as well as the boundaries of Caroline Court.
It's just an maintain for
I just never.
of the impact fees and all the utility hookup stuff that they pay up front, right? So that's how it all gets paid back.
Exactly.
I make a motion to accept item number 20 as presented.
Motion by Mr. Olson that we accept item number 20 as presented. Seconded by Ms. Langley. It's open for discussion. All those in favor of accepting item number 20 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. We will accept item number 20 as presented. Number 21 on your agenda, consideration of possible action on a resolution of the City Council of the City of Montgomery, Texas, consenting to the annexation of land into Montgomery County Municipal Utility District 215 in Montgomery County, Texas.
I'll answer any questions, but covered it on the last one, just kind of wrap it all together.
Make a motion to accept item number 21.
Motion by Mr. Olson, we accept item number 21 as presented. Second by Ms. Fox. All those in favor of accepting item 21 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. We will accept item number 21 as presented. Number 22, consideration of possible action to authorize the city administrator to negotiate a contract for a short-term rental for city employees for additional office space to accommodate growth.
So it's come to our attention that our neighbor building, the visitor center, is available. And the discussion has been using that for additional office space. I believe, at least my initial thought, is this might be a good spot for EDC person, but really anybody, storage if nothing else. I mean, it's really, you know, we're already on top of each other for the most part in here. I will take this to the EDC as well, but I thought I would start here to see what you thought of it.
Brett, I don't see a cost on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's what we have to negotiate. This is the beginning step of it. I do know what the cost is, what they were paying, $18.50 a month.
Really? Okay.
But that's all I've got so far. What they were doing. It's only an option, but you know, there is a negotiation. I'll bring it back to EDC as well.
Well, I mean, it'd be
So could we table this until we come back and meet this up to see?
Yeah, I mean, all I'm asking is, you know, can I try to negotiate, see what I don't even know the square footage exactly. We haven't been inside. We've considered, you know, what it would be like to do VPN to get our network over there. I mean, there's a little bit of stuff. I just really wanted your feedback, what you guys thought about that. I suppose you could.
We don't. How many square feet it is?
Well, it's only half of that building. The other half is still rented out by a finance guy, I believe. So it's just that half. But there's like two, from what I understand, two specific offices in there and then an open area in the front.
Could we just go ahead and get this tabled until we get a little bit more information on this?
I'd second.
Oh, is that a motion?
That is a motion.
All right, motion by Ms. Fox that we table this, seconded by Mr. Donaldson. All those in favor of tabling number 22 until we get more information?
So just before we vote, Fred, if you could get us do some negotiation and see what the cost might be.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to. That was what I was asking. You know, I mean, do we have interest in doing this? Is really all I'm asking. I will bring it to the EDC because I think that's their position where it belongs. There's a position already created for EDC. We have no place to put that person. We're also have a code person that we have no place to put that person. So
she's in a closet back there.
Yeah, I mean, the existing
I was
person.
tabling though, was just, because I don't want you to sign a contract.
No, I didn't ask to sign the contract. I need to negotiate with Mr. Cheatham and see what he's willing to do. Short term, I know eventually that he's going to do something else with that. But until we get into the municipal complex, you know, this might give us, you know, a little room to storage and that kind of stuff. That's all I'm asking. I'm going to take it to EDC. I think it really fits with them for those reasons, but you guys just got it first because of the way the meetings fell.
It looks like, according to my little handy app, that 2,400 square feet of living space, so approximately 1,200 square feet.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
So as far as tabling it, do we need to pass this to allow you to negotiate? Is that?
I can just bring it back. I'm going to bring it up at the EDC meeting next week, see that, you know, what they would like to do, because that's really where I'm going with this. You know, could it eventually be a few positions over there? I think so. I mean, we don't have the office space as it is.
So I'd like to amend the motion to take no action at this time and allow you to negotiate.
Okay.
Well, so
I don't have any problem with that. I wasn't saying don't negotiate. I just said I don't want to pass any.
No, I wouldn't sign it until I brought it back to you or the EDC. I just want to see what I can come up with and what's workable and how long he would allow us. You know, because a year and a half from now, possibly, hopefully, we're looking at a new place, and that's all I'm asking.
No, I would really like to get a code person a place that's not a closet. I really it's a closet, so.
Okay, so there's a motion on the table to table it, but then there's been an amendment to take no action, and are y'all?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other questions? All those in favor of taking no action on item number 22, say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. We'll take no action. All right, departmental reports. Item 23, December 2025 Municipal Court Report and Fiscal Year Report. Ms. Duckett.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We have the report in front of you. For December, we had 157 citations, and the revenue was $35,584.31. For the fiscal year was $462,744.13. Do you have any questions from this report?
Ginormous jump for 2024 to 2025. Almost 100,000.
We're really trying.
You're earning your keep. All right, next up, annual 2025 PD report. Chief?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. You got our annual report there. I'd like to add a few things. If you would really take your time to read this and look at all the things that your police department is doing, and that's due to you guys. That's a credit to you guys for the support that you give this police department.
Say it louder.
That's credit to you guys for the support that you guys give to the police department, and by approving that CCPD and then getting the voters on that. If you look at some of the specialty training that these guys have gotten, right down to cryptocurrency, we've got investigators to do all of these things. So that's a credit to you guys as we value this department, as we send it forward in the future. These are the things that help. And instead of bringing these things outside help, we can do these things inside. About a month and a half ago, we had the county set up a hostage situation at the Cowboy Church here. And they just alerted us a couple of days before. But they brought a bunch of other units out here, a bunch of other agencies. And I didn't go because I wanted to see how our guys were going to do, because we've got guys who are alert trained. So the next day I started getting calls from all these different mayors and from all these chiefs and these other places that says, hey, we really like the fact the way you guys went in and took over command of that situation while they were standing outside with their thumbs in their mouth. We were taking care of business. So, really, but this is a testament to you guys and the support you give us, and we just want to say thank you for that, okay?
Chief, one thing that I thought was impressive was the total training hours is 1,905 hours, average of 136.07 per officer. Right. Great job. I mean, and I know that you've got officers that were here before that want to come back because they're not getting training as promised where they were, and that's what the officers, that's a huge benefit that you provide. And I will put this law enforcement team up against any in the state of Texas.
Tell folks it really
They're
is
awesome.
Because this city's growing, and we need to be growing in the things that we do to secure this city. So yeah, we appreciate your help. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good job. Item number 25, Development Services Monthly Report 2025, November and December. Ms. Tilley.
Good evening. Well, we have the report in front of you. Yes, the city is going leaps and bounds. Just a lot of things happening. Chris will go into detail about more specific items to put out. If you have anything specific for code enforcement, civil permitting, final zoning.
Is there anything you would like to highlight?
There's so much going on. So much going on, yes.
So we need to duplicate you?
Kim? I'd love to.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, number 26, Building Official Report for November 2025.
Mayor and council, you have my report. We're busy out there. Any questions? Not trying to make the chief look bad. I just sent in our certifications to the secretary today. All of my guys are up and current. We're good for the next 3 years in our certifications.
All right, number 27, Public Works Monthly Report for November 2025. Mr. McElroy.
All right, Mayor and council, you got the report in front of you. Be happy to answer any questions you have.
It was a very busy month.
It is. Somebody keeps busier every month. I'll provide some data next month with the year end. I was looking at it earlier. Locate numbers have gone through the roof. 811 locates just steadily increase every year. That alone keeps us busy every day.
I'm glad they're calling 811 though.
Yeah.
Say it again?
I'm very glad they're calling 811 though.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. We gladly accept it. Yeah. We'd rather mark it and know who's in town and where they're digging than find out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Utility Operations Monthly Report for 2025.
All right, we have your report in front of you. Just looking at these numbers, of course, like Mike stated, that year end is going to be next month, so we only have that. But if you're looking at it, the accountability is a little lower. That's because we've increased our flushing again. As the water usage starts to drop, we want to keep flushing going, keep the water fresh, and eliminate issues. Also, with this new plant coming online, we also wanted to do some additional flushing there because changing the direction of where the water is coming from. So, but other than that, that's all I really wanted to report on. The report in front of you, again, questions?
So what you're saying is next month we should be seeing it back up to the 93, 94%?
No. See, this is season. So it's the season, the winter season, when the water usage drops, that's when we're going to be doing more flushing.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, number 29, financial report by Ms. Mary Ann Carl.
All right, Mayor and Council, any questions about the report? One thing I'll point out is that you'll see that revenue is a little behind, which is totally normal for this time of year because December, January is when we get our property tax. So that'll bump up.
Do anybody have any questions? Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, number 30, Chris Rosanowski, engineer's report.
All right, go through our highlights of our report, just ask if you have any questions. Downtown improvements project is underway. We had a kickoff meeting with all parties involved. We're putting together some preliminary exhibits so we can sit down with, we've identified a small stakeholders group from EDC, Council, and P&Z, just to make sure everyone's on the same page on that project. Water plant number 4, so we talked about water earlier. We received 60% drawings. We should get the final specs this month, and they're proceeding well on both those projects. So I would expect, just a reminder, in February, y'all are selling the bonds for the funding of those projects. And so the goal is that these projects will be shortly after ready to go to bid to get started with construction once those funds are available. Moving on to page 2, top of the page, you'll see a picture of, at that time, the College Street project and where it was standing for drainage. That is, we had a final inspection this morning. They needed the guardrail. They have site cleanup, obviously, to do. And then since we lowered the ditches to increase capacity, there were some telecommunication lines that were very shallow, so those have been exposed. The telecommunication company has been notified to come lower those to get them back out of the ditch. So that is moving forward. Water plant 3, booster pump addition project, that contractor has since moved on site. He is actively working on piping, electrical, and some foundation work, and still expected to be complete by April. Moving on to the developer-funded capital project, so lift station 10 improvements, that contractor is moving on site this week. Lift station number 5, relocation project, we're working through contracts with the contractor as well as we mentioned at the award of the project, the cost sharing, cost sharing is not the right word. The timeline of the funding by the developer, putting up installments versus one lump up front. So we're working through with your attorney on that. We had a final inspection for the Lone Star Parkway water line. That is the water line on the north side of Lone Star Parkway to serve the Legacy Grove development. That will ultimately, when Legacy Grove builds out, will connect Lone Star Parkway to 105, both from a road and water standpoint.
They're still not out there working on Legacy Grove.
They are in the back. So all the work and entrance is from the back. So if you go to the next couple pages of our report, there's pictures out there. Most of the underground is installed, and they are now working on paving. So it's kind of hidden back there because you don't, from 105, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But then it's all back on the opposite side. On to page 3 of our report, 315 of your packets. We did receive the deposit last week from BCS for the roadway improvements project. So that design is now fully underway to get that moving forward. Simonton and Lawson, item 7, which is the Superior Properties funded water line replacement to upsize and replace the water line and loop the line. That design is complete. We expect to start bidding that next week. And a couple of development agreement updates. We've obviously talked about Villages Montgomery, the Mealaga Reserve Development. We sent comments back to them earlier today. We're working with staff to finalize. Again, they're not asking for anything outside of what was in the MOU. So far the MOU process that we've been stating has been helpful because we're not coming with surprises, which is always good. Plan of plat reviews are listed. Biggest ones, we had all of them out by the end of the year, and now we have 3 back. So we have Lone Star Ridge, which that project is the one on the parkway that's been delayed because of the staff spring. They sent revised plans back. Legacy Grove, if you remember at the last meeting, they requested an encroachment for the pavers in the right-of-way, so they've sent us revised plans showing the pavers. And then the Church of Montgomery submitted us revised plans as well. Number 4, nothing really discussed, just pictures and updates on all the different projects. Page 5, the Hills of Pine Creek Section 5, over New Year's there was a sewer issue that popped up and backed up into someone's home. So as soon as it was found, the contractor was out there, because this is under warranty, they were out there that day, jetted the line, TV'd the line, found it, repaired it, and so that has been taken care of.
What was the issue? What did they?
Dry utility contractor went through the service lane. So we're going back and we're looking at the TV videos submitted and the plans to see if we kind of request for additional TV to be done to see if there's any other leads that were hit before we end the warranty period.
On New Year's Eve, that's not fun.
Yeah, it was right around that time. It was never happens at a good time. On page 6, text dot improvements. So you have an aerial picture there of the 1097 Atkins Creek drainage project that is still slowly but surely ongoing.
It's looking better.
It is.
It's not so cavernous.
Yeah, it'll be great once that is complete.
It's going slow.
It is. They're expecting to be there till June is the schedule they're telling us. 1097 Buffalo Springs traffic signal is underway. Martin Luther King improvements, that contractor has mobilized again. So a reminder, this is the county project to repave MLK all the way from 105 to 1097. And then the memorandum of understanding that y'all approved at the last meeting is, I believe, sitting at the commissioner's office to get on the agenda for. So it's been signed by the city, it's been signed by Johnson with the edits made that we talked about. So now it's just getting in front of the commissioner's court for approval. And that is all I have, unless you have any questions for me.
I do. So we've asked a couple times, Chris, for a capital projects budget.
Yes.
I'd really like to see that before we go to bond.
Yes. We discussed that with staff on Friday about a timeline for a workshop, because I think that would be better. One thing that we're adding to it is some additional roadways, but other than that, we're ready for that meeting. So we'll get with the city secretary on sending out some potential dates to have a workshop.
New roadways or repairing current?
Just more of, so we've all, the capital plan has been very heavy on water and sewer, and then some roadway rehab, but just expanding a little bit more on the roadway projects, because as we were talking about Friday, we're now, with developers, are putting in roads, or at least sections of roads that they can control, and so at least putting placeholders in there for example, Legacy Grove, they are taking it up 70% of the way through their property, and the last bit to cover the boulevard or cover the larger road. So just putting placeholders in there, not that something to be done, but let's just put a cost to it so we understand, hey, if this comes down to city-funded project to get this roadway, those are good items to.
Any time frame for Lone Star Parkway to go to 4 lanes since that bond passed?
So the level of detail is, so we have been following up Zach's been following up on a routine basis with the design team as well as the county. They do not have, they're right now just still in preliminary, they don't have a design schedule and construction schedule as of yet. So, but we're continuing
as long as it's not 20 years out.
Yeah, no, we're continuing to push and also just make sure that as they get to design, that the city has a chance to provide input to make sure that city's anticipated needs are also included in that.
And we're being bullish about being at the table?
Yeah, I mean, that's on, so.
Sometimes we forget, a lot of times we get.
Have we heard anything about tech stocks in 149 South?
Tech stock 149 South from 105 to Keenan Cutoff is a 2036 project.
Yeah, it's going to come up earlier.
So yeah, that's where it's slated, and then their plan is a 2036 let date.
10 years.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare.
It needs to be a 2026.
For sure. So, but yeah, it's way down the list.
Cool. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just for, not for you, but Mary Ann, on your report, I meant to bring this up and I didn't. So the fiscal year sales tax net payment trend, and you don't have to do, I'm not gonna ask you any questions. I just think it's interesting that we have just the growth in this town from 2022 to 2023. It was like $100,000 more. And then from 23 to 24, it was $1 million more. And then from 24 to 25, we are over $1.1 million in tax revenue upping. So that, talk about growth in the last 24 months. It's wild, but it's a lot. So continue to buy your groceries and your gas in town, please. All right, council. Departmental reports.
Got my list.
Okay.
First thing I want to mention, I saw an article in the community paper that said Magnolia got a, oh my goodness, the sports store. They were BCS.
Academy?
They're getting an academy. So I'm wondering whether or not that's going to affect, because BCS is supposed to bring us an academy right here. And I just want to know if that deal is going to still materialize.
So they were supposed to still planned at the same time. It's not. But I don't know where BCS is with them. But those were still.
You know, I just saw it as a, they pretty much have a deal. I've not heard anything to do with.
No, they never did have a deal. That was all hopes and dreams. And if they got everything they wanted, they were hoping and dreaming. The only thing that they had that was pretty much a sure thing was the roadhouse.
They have signed.
No, here.
Well, no, but I'm just saying Magnolia got.
Yes, I understand. I'm referring to BCS and their, yeah.
Okay, I mean, I just want to make that clear. Also, I'm going to recommend that we get a second, a structural opinion and a second mold inspection for the community building. You know, I finally had a chance to read these these things that were done.
Have you seen the engineered one that they just got back today? They got one back from an engineering company.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have to ask Brent.
Yeah, the one.
It's the one I gave. They got a copy of it.
You saw it?
It's the same one. I just want to make sure it's the same one.
Yeah.
Not that the first one was the second time around.
Well,
How did we get it?
I'm understanding what you're saying.
Did everybody get it?
Not today. It was at the workshop.
You know, I made the comment that
I got it today.
I didn't.
My bad. I did tell you this.
Okay. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I just.
No, we don't have
You know, I didn't see any proof over there for closing the community center. But I do see a need to have second opinions because we want to make sure we are protecting the citizens and make sure the building is safe structurally. And, you know, and what I've read in here, I'm not happy about it, you know, because I don't understand how a tile can start, you know, deteriorating and we don't do anything about it. I don't understand why we can't get on a ladder and take the old tile out and put a new tile in. You know, I mean, I get mold in my bathroom and all I do is take some bleach and water and get rid of it. So why aren't we fixing stuff that comes up instead of having to, you know, and this mold report says we need to do certain things and we haven't done anything about it. So I just want a second opinion to see if we need to do anything about it. And same way with the structure. He didn't mention anything about any severe thing except the sloping of something or other. And what he did say that struck me was it's been going on a long time. So I don't want to go back and hash what's happened. We can't do anything about yesterday. But going forward, I want to make sure that the building structure is sound and that the mold is not a problem. And if both of these if both of these situations agree with it, we need to do something pretty quick. You know, because
I think we have a solution that is workable for this moment, so we can continue to use the building. Nothing in any of these reports said that it's catastrophic, but it was worth taking a look at and getting the first report. When we go back to EDC, we'll look at, you know, where this is going, and that'll help us decide whether to get further engineering reports. That was just a basic walkthrough with the, you know, taking the pictures of the cracks and different things. We'll get a more comprehensive one if it's worth spending the money for, you know, depending on, you know, exactly what that is. What we do know is there's problems in the roof, which is kind of the main thing. There's problems, a little bit of movement in the walls. Doesn't mean the building's gonna fall down, but if we're gonna go back and remodel it or whatever we're gonna do, we have to consider that because that's gonna be part of the cost. You don't wanna spend a lot of money on parts of it and not secure the walls to be, you know, structural for the next 20 years.
Yeah, well,
if that makes sense. That's.
I understand that, but I want the maintenance work to be more effective.
Agreed.
Increased. There's no reason why somebody goes in there and they refuse to rent it because there's a smell. There's no reason for that to happen. You know, we can't be turning away business at this time in our growth. And you know, I just think the maintenance needs to increase, whatever they gotta do. If we gotta hire somebody to clean it, I don't mind doing that. But something has gotta be done to keep that thing in tip-top shape.
Yes, sir. We're actually putting that together to go with all of this, what the cleaning would look like, what the maintenance would look like. You know, the smell, for example, we know it's part of the sewer system, so exactly what's that gonna cost, you know? Is it better to abandon it, you know, and make a new sewer system or, you know, whatever that looks like?
You know, that's what I want these people to tell us.
Yes, we're working, now that we go back to the EDC, and we'll bring it back to you. We'll go back to the EDC, we'll start going through this piece by piece and pricing that out, and then we'll bring it back to the council to ultimately, you approve their expenditures anyway, so ultimately you will approve that, one way or the other, design or whatever there is.
All the while being open?
Yes. I checked with my friend. I checked with my friend who is you know, a city manager with me, and we went through it and we looked at those things. And you know, ideally, you take care of remediation. That's just the bottom line. What we have is not that bad. There's some areas we can clean that up, but we definitely have to have a solution that we're working towards to protect the city. We have to have, you know, and it goes back years, as we already know. It's not something that happened yesterday, but the proper thing to do is find out what the story is, find out what we can do, and move forward.
So, Brent, as far as the decision to close it, I know that was very inconvenient for you. Hopefully we can remedy that. To take the city's, you know, the liability to make sure that we're covered, that's your job. So that's what you needed to do, and that was what you thought was right. So I support that 100%. Unfortunately, it affected you very adversely, and hopefully we can make that right at some point.
I appreciate it, because it was devastating 2 days before.
Yeah, as motion on the departmental reports. I think we've kind of got into council inquiry.
That's what you asked.
Departmental reports, yeah, motion. No, I didn't. I said departmental reports.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Motion by Mr. Johnson to accept the departmental reports, second by Ms. Fox. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Now we'll go to council inquiry.
So that's when Stan went off. I thought we were eating.
Nope, I thought we were not. The departmental report.
I do have an inquiry, but it's from a resident, and I was asked to have them give detailed reports on the progress of the new city hall, possibly per month if possible at city council, but it would like to be made public. Critical path, I can't read my own writing, critical path, something or another about how it's progressing.
And we can do that now that we're in the A&E. You know, all of what we've done so far is just, you know, an idea.
All they were asking was that the report be put in at least at one city council meeting per month, so that we'll know what is the because, quote unquote, don't say a darn thing happened.
So in the departmental reports, having a line item, is that what you're saying?
That would
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea.
Dennis is a resident, he's right there. He's one of them, he can sure help us out with, you know, monthly updates.
So if we had a monthly update to say that this is what we've done and this is how it's progressing, and it's not ignoring things not happening really, so something is really happening, so.
And
There's just a
we'll
lot
also
behind the
have some
scenes that
workshops
people need to know
along the
that
way.
We're working on it. All they see is a red brick building with neon.
And they won't see stuff going on inside for a while.
Yeah, and they probably won't, but it was just asked me what was happening, and I have to say, I don't know.
That's great, or maybe it's, you know, quarterly or something, maybe it's monthly, whatever it is.
Monthly, I don't think that that's unreasonable.
Well, we move at the speed of molasses on sometimes, but we can certainly keep it along.
We
and
can
say there's nothing to report.
We can repeat ourselves, this is what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, there will definitely
You can
be
please-
meetings and reports that everybody, you guys would know, that you see, you guys be involved. There'll be reports going on in progress. You can please the ladies, but you'll have a hard time with me on a red brick building.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I've got a couple things. Anybody else anything?
Just so we get that on the agenda.
We did. I got it.
That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, yes, okay, yep. Good. This needs actions on the next agenda. Okay, I just want a reminder, on Saturday, United Methodist Church up here is having their winter festival. They'll have food and bouncy houses and games and all kinds of stuff. It starts at 5. No, it starts at 1, 3. I don't know, I was talking 5. It starts in the afternoon. I don't know, I'm talking about the history of Montgomery at 5. Be there, be square. Okay, and then I'd like to say congratulations to the female Raider team at Montgomery High School. We're first in state, which is huge for our junior ROTC. The next meeting date, I was gonna see if we could possibly change it. I will be out of town, so if anybody would, Ms. Fox, if you wanna, since you're Mayor Pro Tem, you can run the meeting, or we can do it at a later date or earlier date.
I just canceled the meeting personally, but. It's up to y'all.
Well, because we have, we need to look at what our agenda would be. Do we have things that?
So that's 27th?
Yes.
27th.
Yes.
It's the 27th?
Yeah.
If we're going to post an agenda for next week, then or for the 27th, I have to post the agenda on the 20th because I'm out for a conference that rest of that week. But I also wanted to let you guys know that I was looking at calling the election for the general election and special election for the May 2nd, 2026, which was gonna go on that agenda. So that, one way or the other, I'm still within my bounds to call the election in February, the first meeting, if you choose to cancel the second meeting in January.
Or do we, I'll say have first week in January and second week, February, but you can't do that because there's other boards that have meetings on Tuesdays.
I'm not opposed to canceling the meeting as long as we don't have any urgent action items for that.
And if we do, then we can call a special meeting or an emergency meeting.
What day would you be available?
Just not that week.
Just not that.
Just a heads up, I think we have 20-ish items for the next agenda between plats and agreements and things like that that are all coming ahead. So the only ones, most of them, Johnson has a few of them, and then there's a couple variances that are kind of holding up two developments. So just again, we can adjust, but there are a handful of items that.
So we'll just carry on as long as.
Okay.
She can run.
What
are y'all saying? Okay, good.
Yeah, well, yes, it's gonna be as planned. Okay, and then on our last agenda, we had an executive session for the review for city administrator, and we didn't really formalize that. Can we just put it on the next one so that we can give a review? We just kind of gave verbal feedback. Well, then put it on the first one of February, the first meeting in February?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. If you would please do that. Okay. Yes, so MLK Day is February 19th at Lone Star Community Center from 11 to 1. There'll be a program as well, so everyone's invited to that.
And if you've never gone to it, it's usually
It's
very.
moving.
It's amazing.
It is, it's very moving.
Very informative,
Okay.
very good.
All right, with that,
I just wanted to round back to the election stuff. I just wanted to let you guys know and citizens know that the filing date starts tomorrow and it runs from January 14th through February 13th to put a place in the ballot.
perfect.
And it is available on the city website and the application is also available to take it to the city secretary's office.
So for some reason, I had it in my head, I thought all of our elections got moved to the fall. What happened there?
No, they were considering it, it never passed.
Okay. So,
Yeah, we thought it was, but it didn't.
Right?
Yeah. All right, with that, if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
All right, so number 31,
31 items to consider on placement we have done.
we've all agreed.
Yes. That we will,
Ms. Sneed is
yes,
on
Ms.
the
Need's
agenda.
on there, and we will go as regularly scheduled program.
Okay.
But we are going to move the executive meeting to.
Yeah, move the, review, the formal review. Okay, good. All right, then with that, I
make a
will,
motion to adjourn?
motion by Mr. Olson to adjourn. Second by Ms. Langley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries at 7:39. We will adjourn this meeting. Thank you. Ma'am?
Hey,
Ma'am?
Thank you.